This is episode number 933 of the Innerfight podcast. This week, in 5 Minute Mondays, I bring you the incredible advantages of functional fitness training and why it actually works wonders for you. Because some people, they just actually don't really know. Some people don't really know what it is and why it's working and why it's making them feel so much different, look so much better, and just be better at life in so many different ways. So I'm going to try and debunk it for you in the next 5 minutes. Number one, though, what really is functional fitness training? In simple terms, it is training in movements that mimic real-life movements and therefore train you to get better at movements that you do on a daily basis. That's quite a mouthful. What do I mean by that? Well, primarily what I mean is that you get better at daily tasks. The number of people, and this is not a joke at all, the number of people that injure their backs or injure their shoulders taking groceries to the car or putting children in the back of a car in a baby seat or carrying a children is absolutely phenomenal. Functional movements are helping people to get better at those parts of life. So I should probably just stop here because there is no reason why you wouldn't want to get better at functional movements to get better at life. So you should just do functional fitness, which is obviously what CrossFit is. But I'll continue because maybe not everyone's quite sold yet. The second thing that functional fitness does is it helps us increase our muscle coordination and balance. Why does it do this? Traditional gyms put us in quite restricting positions on the machines that they use for the most part, and this leads to a reduced amount of muscle recruitment than we have when we use functional movements. In functional movements, we're actually challenging the body to recruit a lot more muscle to carry out the movement because the movements are not in straight back and forward or side to side planes. The movement could be at different angles. So therefore, we are teaching ourselves to recruit a lot more muscle, and therefore we train the muscle on a more regular basis. And muscle, if it doesn't get used, it gets wasted. If it gets used, then it obviously develops. And that is exactly what we're doing when it comes to functional work. We're also activating a lot more from the core to the extremity. So first up, we're trying to engage the core. There's quite an interesting or quite a really sound reason why that's important. The spine runs down our core. Our spinal column is our core. So if we make all of our muscles around that strong, then we're actually going to protect the spine from being compromised in various areas. Back pain and back injury are very, very common just from sitting at a desk or from carrying groceries. So through functional movements where we're concentrating on core first and then moving to the extremity, we are strengthening our spinal system and hopefully, it's not guaranteed, but hopefully, and I see this a lot, people that do a lot of functional fitness, a lot of CrossFit, yes, there are back injuries, but a lot of people are prehabbing themselves from those injuries occurring. So if you want to protect your spine, even if you're not doing functional fitness, you should be doing a lot of core work. The fact that we're also engaging a lot more muscles, and this is one of the reasons why, yes, high intensity fitness is doing it as well. And high intensity and functional fitness, there are a lot of similarities. We'll do another show on that. But because we're recruiting a lot more muscles, we also therefore have a demand for more calories. And this is why we find that this type of training actually is helping us to burn a lot more calories. Because to have the movement, we are using a lot more muscles. We're using the core. We're using everything to our extremities. And therefore, we need more fuel. It's quite straightforward. Whereas if we're sitting in those machines that I described earlier in a traditional gym, should we call it a traditional gym? Yeah. Functional fitness gym is actually a traditional gym. It's a new age Globo gym. In a machine where we're not recruiting so many muscles, we're probably not burning so many calories. We're probably just not working very hard either anyway. What else have we got? We've got generally a reduced risk of injury because more of our muscles are used to working and used to being asked to work, which is slightly different to used to working because some muscles are not used to working a lot and they're never asked to work. So we have a big reduced injury risk, which is also something that what we want to be able to do is we want to be able to do those things in an efficient way and obviously not hurt ourselves from doing it. We also have a massive time efficiency as well, because I'm not just training, and this is the interesting thing, the old school is chest and back, buys and tries, but when we're using functional movements, we're actually training, we can be training 2 or 3 muscle groups at once. I'm almost there. The last 2 points are super important. They lead into the same thing. When we train functional movements, the variety of functional movements we have is tenfold what we have in a normal gym. Therefore, the final point, and one of our brand values, is that training becomes fun. When training becomes fun, we generally want to do more of it. And when we want to do more of it, we generally see that, to a point, that we get a lot better results. Throw that in with the community feel, and functional fitness really delivers on so many levels. Hopefully you agree. If you don't agree, let me know, winning@innerfight.com. And if you don't live in Dubai and you want to see exactly what our functional fitness program looks like, head over to the innerfightway.com, where we actually share all of our programs on a weekly basis for everyone to take advantage of. Thanks a lot for listening. I'll catch you next time.